Here are my top 10 comics coming out for the week of August 19th, 2026. Hello guys, and welcome back to the Panel by Panel Comics YouTube channel with me, your host Jay. If you are new here, today is my top 10 comics coming out in my personal opinion for the next new comic book day being August 19th, 2026. I give 4 notable comics that did not make my top 10, and then I give you my top 10 from 10 to 1. If you are new, please hit that like button and subscribe for nearly daily comic book content. I know I was going to have my Panel by Panel comic review come out yesterday, but it's hard to read 25 books in a day and a half and film a video and edit it and make the thumbnail. It was very difficult, so I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do my top 10 comics and then we'll start fresh from there. And it's also kind of hard to get back into the gig, but who cares? Let's just go ahead and start with the top 4 comics that didn't make my top 10, 4 notable ones. We have Lobo, issue number 6, Lobo versus the Tooth Fairy. Superman Unlimited, issue 16, my first time reading this series, and I'm getting it because of the Kingdom of Zod event. We have Redcoat, issue 19, getting closer and closer to issue 20. And then Nightwing, issue 141, as we are on the heels of the Bad Seeds Batman/Gotham event coming out next week. And kicking off the top 10, we go over to Image. We have Hornsby and Halo. This is issue 15, 24 pages for $4. Yes, 24 pages. Might sound like a little, but the story itself is going to be about 20 to 24 pages. So this is going to come right after the Who Are the Unbelievables event that went in the Ghost Machine universe, but with Hornsby and Halo, Trillion Dollar Kid, and then Rockefellers. Now, this is Hornsby and Halo going to find the Dead Tones, I believe is their name. Yes, correct. And we're expanding this Unbelievables universe that Ghost Machine is creating. This is written by Peter J. Tomasi. The artist is Peter Schneeberg, I believe is how you say it. But Rose and Zack cross paths with other supernatural beings hidden in plain sight. What is the temperature of evil and how will it turn on the heat for Rose and Zack? Very interested to meet these new characters. Yet again, I've only been reading Hornsby and Halo since the beginning of this Who Are the Unbelievables series arc, but now we're moving towards the next step in this universe, and it starts here with Hornsby and Halo. Coming in at number 9, we go over to DC Vertigo. We have End of Life, issue number 7, 32 pages for $4, written and the artist Kyle Starks, Steve Pugh, of course, just like it's been the entire series. But this is going to have the main character, Eddie Stallion, being tortured by just 2 very, very weird fellows. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what their name is. Anyways, the Menagerie are getting closer and closer to the city of Pluto, as well as Eddie Stallion and all those that he cares about. He just stood up his most recent date. I can't remember what her name is. I think it's Sophie. Anyways, still Eddie and George being Eddie's father, are gonna go to battle inevitably with the Menagerie, and it's probably gonna take place in Pluto, and some people are gonna potentially get hurt, but Eddie Stallion will ultimately prevail in the end. But I can't wait to see how he progresses from going from bad to good guy in this issue. It's been a fantastic Vertigo title, in my opinion, better than Bleeding Hearts, but they're 2 very different stories. This one is a lot more comedic, and Bleeding Hearts is a lot more tragic. I tend to go with more comedic or funnier or more humorous comic books, but that's just me personally. They're both great titles. That's why this comes in at number 9. Coming in at number 8, we go over to Ignition Press. We have Arcadia, 32 pages for $5. This is issue number 7, written and art done by Roy and Anaki Miranda, the Miranda brothers. Now, this is the start of the second story arc where Halu and Fix are basically right there to Arcadia. They're still trying to get there, but they're right knocking on the door. This one is going to have them reach dangerous terrains where snowy mountains threaten to stop their journey completely. They are rescued and taken to a nearby army base where the soldiers are locked in a never-ending battle with super dragons. Cut off from civilization, their forever war threatens to consume them all and could spell doom for our heroic lovers if they don't find a way out. We also got to remember that one of the characters had something huge revealed about them in the end of the previous issue. If you did not read that, you really should. Get the trade. This is a fantastic series from Ignition Press. I can't recommend it more. Coming in sixth place, we have G.I. Joe. This is issue number 25. 40 pages for $5 because this is part 1 of 5 of the new Night Force event going alongside with G.I. Joe. And I'm sure all the others will slowly tie in this series, specifically probably Transformers, maybe Void Rivals, but definitely Mask as well. This is essentially G.I. Joe versus Night Force. Everything has been leading to this landmark issue, issue 25, with the Joes battling Joes, friends becoming enemies, and the chart-topping team of Joshua Williamson and Tom Riley kicking off the biggest GI story yet in the Energon universe. Of course, going to have the classic G.I. Joe characters of Duke, Beachhead, Baroness, CoverGirl, all these other characters, Risk, just a whole bunch of G.I. Joe characters going up against other Joes because they're all being manipulated by, this is a spoiler, Zartan. Only person that knows that Zartan is the General Flag character currently is a man that is now deceased in Crystal Ball. But I'm sure that will come to be exposed either during this issue or during this series arc. Yet again, I have no history of the G.I. Joe. I don't know anything about G.I. Joe. All that I know is what has been shown in this series. Maybe that makes me a LARP. I don't care. I am loving this series, and I know I don't know too much about it, and I can't go too deep into detail. But guys, I'm 21. G.I. Joe has been around forever, and I only got into comic books really like 3 to 4 years ago. So give me a break here. I just can't wait to see just these different storylines being told, and Joshua Williamson has done a fantastic job at telling them in my limited experience with the G.I. Joes. But anyways, coming in at number 5, moving on, we have Daredevil. This is issue number 5, 32 pages for $5. Stephanie Phillips on the writing, Lee Garbett on the artist. This is still Daredevil going against Omen. As his enemies get closer and the vicious attacks perpetrated by the monstrous new figure of Omen hit closer and closer to home, Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, is more paranoid than ever, keeping his oldest friends just out of reach and getting up and close with the fight of Omen. It's been really fun getting to experience this new character of Omen. I can't wait to see how Spider-Man has kind of been going in and out of this new Daredevil series, which is nice to see. I like crossover. I mean, it's just little cameos, but it's fun. I enjoy that type of stuff if it's done well, which it has been done in this series. And we're also getting more of Dominic Forte, who is the young and eager detective whose partner suffered a very fatal event at the end of last issue. I really want this series to start picking up some more steam. It feels like it's been doing a lot of mystery, a lot of noir type of style, which is cool. I like that stuff, but sometimes it can get a bit over the top. I want to see some more action. I want to see some more Matt. I also just want to see some more personal stuff with Matt, but maybe I'm just being a little picky. Also going to probably get the Owl in this issue because he's been somewhat of a minor villain. I don't even know if I can call him a villain. It's more like Matt plays around with him, but sometimes Owl catches him off guard. Who knows? He's on the little ID card in the top left, so I'm sure he'll be involved in the story some way or another as we get closer and closer to legacy numbering 700. This is 692, so we're almost there. But coming in at 4th place, we have American Caper, issue number 10. This is 32 pages for $5 as we are getting closer and closer to the end of this first story. That's what they're calling it. They obviously have plans to continue on after issue 12, which is where this story ends. But in this issue, William negotiates a deal with an unhinged client as Marnie breaks their marriage vows in camo lingerie. We all know what that means if you've been reading this series. Brian gets dating advice from a conspiracy theorist while trafficking arms to militias. Aaron Olds gives Orson a Mormon ultimatum. And Marty's latest party infuriates General Chancery while Agent Evans discovers a gruesome scene. The humidity is rising in Verona in a tale of vengeful cartels, gold-plated turds, and Waymos on fire. Dan Houser and Laszlo have just absolutely perfected this series. I really hope that people are reading it. It's fantastic. The best character writing in comics. If you love GTA story mode, these are the guys that made that. You need to get this title, this series, because they're also, I believe they are making a video game centered in this world with a new studio, since they are no longer affiliated with Rockstar. Also, David Lapham on the penciling is fantastic, and Chris Anderson as the inker is also tremendous. This is just a fantastic series. I can't recommend it enough. Absurd Ventures, y'all really hit the ball out of the park with this series. It's so good. I can't recommend it more. Coming in at third place, we have Avengers Armageddon, issue number 3, legacy number 805, since it is an Avengers title, 32 pages for $5. Looks like we're going to get a whole lot of Wolverine in this title, who is expected to be, if not already known, to be a part of the new Avengers team coming in November with Avengers issue 1. But Chip Zdarsky doing the writing on this title and that Avengers title coming soon. He also did the Wolverine Road to Armageddon series. Ario Inendito, is the artist for this issue, as we are getting closer and closer with the Armageddon raging on with Red Hulk and the whole Latveria situation. Captain America's in hell, but this series has revolved more around Wolverine, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, maybe a little bit of Spider-Man in there, not too much because he's over in New York doing New York stuff. But this has been a fun series. I really want to see some more action, some more actual fighting, some more just leading the story forward. It feels like it's kind of hit a standstill in the last issue. Hopefully this can pick it up, because Marvel as a whole with events has not been good in recent memories. So I hope that this one can really turn the boat around and keep going at a good pace that it is right now. Coming in at number 2, we have Absolute Green Arrow. This is issue number 4, 32 pages for $5. We are going to meet the absolute version of Solomon Grundy. After he was teased at the very end of the last issue, Dinah's search for the Green Arrow killer has led them both to discover the truth behind the island, a place far more horrifying than either of them could ever dream. But most disturbing of all is who they discover there. Absolute Solomon Grundy, I'm assuming. As Absolute Green Arrow debuts the first appearance of a new Absolute take on a classic DC character. This series has been written by Pornsock Pickett Show, and the artist is Raphael Albuquerque. Dinah has really been the main character of this series. My only complaint is we still don't know who the Green Arrow killer, or I guess Green Arrow killer, he has killed people, so who the Green Arrow killer is, who actually is the Absolute Green Arrow. And I want to find out within either this issue, next issue, or by issue 6. I still have no clue who it really is. If you know who it is, big ups to you. I just want to know who it is, but that's part of the mystery, and it's why this series is so intriguing. It feels more like an Absolute Black Canary series. That's the only problem, because we spend each and every single issue about 20 to 25 pages learning more about Dinah. What is her backstory? What's going on in her life? Why is she doing what she is? And we still have zero to none, or little to none, explanation for why Green Arrow is doing what he is, and who they are, and why their backstory led them to the way that they are. I know the series got expanded so it can dive more into that later on. I'm just very eager to know who it is now. But it comes in at number 2, still a fantastic series, but not better than Absolute Flash, who comes in as my top pick this week. Issue number 18, 32 pages for $5. Written by Jeff Lemire. The artist is Nick Robles on this issue. Hunter Zolomon zooms on the scene. Central City is thrown into chaos as Agent Hunter Zolomon comes to town. Can Wally protect his new home and friends, or will the young hero finally be captured? We've been seeing this evolution of Grodd. We saw it happen to his father in the last issue. The rogues are being rogue. We have Wally, who's struggling to really understand who he is, what his name is, what he's gonna do with these newfound powers as he's still learning some of his powers. It's been really fun, and Jeff Lemire has really started to cook in these last handful of issues. This is probably my 4th favorite title. It's kind of getting close up there to surpassing Superman, maybe even Wonder Woman, as Wonder Woman has these mini arcs that kind of gets me set back, and then it just has a fantastic 5-issue arc. So I'm really bouncing around, but it's definitely one of the top 4 without a doubt. And then Green Arrow, Absolute Martian Manhunter, they're all great titles, but this one has just been so fantastic with the triangle of Flash, Grodd, Linda. It's just been absolutely fantastic. We're going to get Ralph Dibny as well in this issue. And I just want to see Wally and Linda, that just relationship expand some more. And then Zoom come in there and create absolute chaos. And I can't wait to see how that happens in this issue. But guys, let me know down in the comments, what is your #1 book that you are most looking forward to? If you made it all the way through the video, you might as well hit that like and subscribe button and join the channel for future entertainment and future comic book content. But guys, keep reading those comics panel by panel. I'll see you on Wednesday for my new comic book day vlog. Have a great rest of your day.